Between the planes of reality and perception is a Garden of Eden of the mind, where the plants of our subconscious bear the fruit of knowledge that nobody necessarily wants or needs, but it's tasty, so who cares, right? This is the Pickle Tree. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Pickle Tree. And yes, I am recording this right after the 8th episode. We got emotional there, didn't we? And if you didn't hear the 8th episode, I don't know why you're listening to the 9th episode before the 8th episode. You, sir, do not know how to count. But, anyways, hi guys, welcome to the Pickle Tree. My name is Tovar, and I do the talking of whatever is on my mind. And my God, do I have a lot on my mind. Let's talk about one thing. One thing that has a huge impact on my life and has always had a huge impact on my life. Halo. Let's talk about Halo. Halo Infinite just came out not too long ago, and I did another 48-hour live stream. Well, I attempted to. And honestly, this one was a lot closer than my Splitgate one. I tried to do a 48-hour live stream of Splitgate when they released for console, and it ended up being only 25 hours because my internet just went to shit and was out for a solid 4 hours. I did not have internet, so I was like, well, I can't stay up any longer, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna stay up and try to do this. So I have to put a whole entire hold on the idea of doing it. And honestly, I don't regret it. I love Splitgate. I love Splitgate so much, and I wanted to do a 48-hour live stream of it, but it's hard to. It's hard to stay motivated to do that with just kind of multiplayer. It starts to get very repetitive. After 25 hours, it starts to get very repetitive, and I was seeing improvement on my gameplay, but also a decrease of skill on my gameplay. It was a combination of the two. I was starting to get a lot of really good map awareness. I was really good with my portal my portal placements and everything. The only thing that I started really sucking at was my reaction time and my aim. But we're off topic. We're talking about Splitgate. We were talking about Halo, or at least trying to. Halo Infinite just came out. I did a 41-hour live stream. I wanted to do 48 hours, but something started happening where I started getting dropped frames due to network, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was happening throughout the whole stream, but it was just little hiccups, nothing that lasted more than a minute. But then it started lasting for a solid 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and I was getting so pissed off at it. And I had already completed the whole entire campaign on Legendary at the 36-hour mark. So for the rest of the time, I was just trying to figure out what to do. What do I do? What do I want to do? And multiplayer didn't really get nothing got added to the multiplayer when the game officially released, because the multiplayer released beforehand and for a beta to get people hyped up, and everybody expected on the official release they'll add more to the multiplayer. No new game modes, no way to level up, nothing was new. It was basically the same multiplayer that we had been playing for 2 weeks, and I was just not really motivated to keep going, even though I only had I only had 7 more hours to stream. I lost all motivation because of the internet issues. It kept happening back to back to back to back. I would get maybe 5 minutes of actual gameplay to actually go through without any dropped frames, and then it's a thing on OBS. If you use OBS to live stream or record, you can see a little thing that says skipped frames, and then in parentheses it says network. I have no idea how to fix it. It still happens to this day, but not as frequently as that day, thank God. And it's it's just it was interesting, and I enjoyed the campaign. I enjoyed everything about it. But people are constantly complaining about the multiplayer. The campaign is great, but a lot of people are still complaining about the fact that there's not a lot to the campaign. And I thought the campaign was perfect. I thought there was plenty of content. I feel like that 36 hours to beat it on legendary difficulty, perfect, amazing. Maybe all these people are playing on easy difficulty when they don't really need to, and they're just skipping all the side missions and they're just like kind of powering through everything. Whereas I took a lot of time on exploring, experimenting. I took a lot of time on certain bosses and everything because I was playing on the hardest difficulty. So like a lot of things were harder and I had to replay things and come up with different strategies. So like maybe that's why they're thinking that, but honestly, like everyone's complaining about the campaign, but the one thing that everyone's complaining about is the microtransactions. And I feel like I want to kind of put my thoughts on the table, put my thoughts out there as because this is my virtual diary. The Pickle Tree is a way for me to express myself, express what's on my mind and how I feel about certain things. And let me just tell you, stop being a bitch. Like anybody who is complaining about this these microtransactions or anything they're just bitching at this point. They do not have any valid argument other than it's too expensive, blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting here like I don't hear anybody like this is like the Halo fan base, right? This is the Halo fan base complaining about Halo. I do not hear Fortnite players complain as much about having to pay for in-game skins or in-game emotes or anything like that. If you don't spend a single penny on Fortnite, you get nothing. You get gameplay. You get some free items in the battle pass, and that's it. And like that's what is the difference? What is the difference here? What the difference is in my mind is that we have this nostalgia of paying for a full game, which include the campaign and the multiplayer, and we had to pay $60 for that or whatever. And then we had a level up system that was, a normal level up system, and we had in Master Chief Collection, now we have the battle pass and everything, and like seasons that we can go back to and level up and get items in and all that kind of stuff. The difference between these two things is that now the multiplayer is free. Okay? Everyone needs to get that through their heads. These developers worked for how many years on developing this game? And they distributed you the gameplay and everything that it has to offer for free. Granted, yes, the prices are crazy, and the amount of content that's out on the multiplayer right now is slacking. But this is a free game, number one, and it just came out towards the holiday season, like literally like a week or two after it came out. All the developers went on holiday break. They're starting to come back now. Okay, so we can expect changes to be made eventually, like gradually. And like I feel like people are being too harsh on this just because they have the idea of what it used to be like when we had to pay in order to play the multiplayer. Now we don't have to pay to play the multiplayer. We can play the multiplayer completely for free. But if we want to look cool doing it, yes, we have to spend money somehow. Okay, that's fine. Fortnite does that, okay? Fortnite does that. I do not hear the 12-year-olds who are the main fan base of Fortnite, the children of Fortnite, whine and bitch and moan as much as the Halo fan base, which is mostly young adults about my age or older, and some teens. Like, that is That's sad. That is really sad. And it's literally no different. It's no different whatsoever. Maybe the prices are slightly lower, but what you get out of them is like still pretty much the same. Okay? And I feel like everybody needs to like calm down, and then realize what actually goes into game development. Okay? Like really think back. Okay? Really sit back and actually study what it would take to make a game of that magnitude and think how it feels to distribute that out for free after you're investing so much money on the development of that game. And like, what are people expecting? Are people expecting for like a shit ton of stuff to be free? Like, okay, here, I made this and here you go, it's all for free. I spent like my whole life, I didn't get to see my kid for his birthday for this, but here you go, here it is for free. Like, no, they have to make money somehow. They have to make money, and if the multiplayer is distributed for free, they're not going to make any money back off of that. They don't get money. They don't get like revenue for how many people downloaded their game and played it. There's nothing like that. As far as I know, there's nothing like that. Where, oh man, we have 8 million people playing. That means we made $8,000. No, like that's not at all how it works. It's people have to pay so that the company and the people who made the game can make money. And yes, it is a lot. And they are reducing the prices. They are working on reducing the prices. They are working on putting out more content. They're working on coming out with new ranked game modes and everything. And everybody is so on top of them and complaining and calling them a shit company and everything like that. And I'm just like sitting here like, God damn, like what are people expecting? Because like all I'm seeing is people complaining about CD Projekt Red. I see Cyberpunk 2.0. But at least Cyberpunk 2.0, some of these people actually had a legitimate reason to be upset. They paid for a game that they can't even play, and the game was released with a whole entire slew of bugs in comparison to Halo Infinite. But like, you know, the game Cyberpunk 2077 is better than ever right now. Like, it's actually functioning, it's actually working. There might be a bug here and there, but it's way better than launch, okay? It took some time. And I feel like nobody is really giving Halo Infinite or 343 any time to work on fixing what is quote-unquote broken and wrong with the game. And in my opinion, if the game is working just fine, if there's no major glitches or major bugs or anything game breaking, and the only thing that's wrong is that they're trying to make money by selling you things that just make you look cool, they don't give you a tactical advantage or anything like that, then you shouldn't be complaining. You should not be complaining. It's fine. It works. The game actually works. Play the game or don't. If you want to look cool, pay the money. And if you don't have that kind of money, wait. Either save up or wait for it to be out again and cheaper. They are going to release a lot of this stuff again. And they do release actual things that you can get for free. The Tenrai event, the samurai armor, that's all for free. You don't have to pay a goddamn penny to get that armor and that stuff in that battle pass for free. All you have to do is play the game. And if you don't like your challenges or whatever, well, that's the point of a challenge. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be difficult to do. Okay? And they did have a problem with challenges before where you had to do something in Oddball, but Oddball did not have their own playlist, and that was very frustrating, and it was very hard to get an Oddball match, and they're working on that. They fixed it a little bit, and they're fixing it more and more as time goes on. So yes, there was a little bit of a problem with that, but they fixed it by the next time that the Tenrai event happened, because the way that the Tenrai event is working, the samurai armor and everything, the way that is working is they are doing it like at different points where you can get up to a certain level, and then the event is over, and the event comes back, and then you can get up more in the it's like a battle pass almost, and it just keeps coming out again and again and again for I think like 3 or 4 weeks. I think I calculated, I don't remember, and like it's like different weeks in between. There was a Christmas event where you got to get cool colors and cool emblems and stuff, and an armor piece, I believe, and that was free. So like people have no real right to complain. They're distributing stuff for free. They are distributing stuff for money like any other game. And I feel like everybody who is adamantly complaining and going as far to say that 343 is a shit company is more immature than a Fortnite kid. Because again, I do not see, I feel like this is the same exact thing that Fortnite does. It's just a different game. And I do not see the Fortnite community complaining about Fortnite as much as I see the Halo community complaining about Halo Infinite. And that's just sad to say. It's really, really sad to say. But honestly, I love the game. I love playing it. I love, swinging around with my grapple hook and killing people with the sword. And I will admit there are some things that I would like added. I think that the drop shield could be a lot better. Like maybe just a little bit stronger, because I feel like it's so useless. I feel like if it popped out faster, it would be a lot better too. Because I found myself like throwing it down, and then like by the time I die, then it pops up. Like I see it on my like I see myself die. I see my body on the ground, and there's my shield next to me, and then it pops up. Like it's so it doesn't feel useful at all. And there's Fiesta, which is a great fun mode. If you're not aware, it like gives you random weapons every time you respawn, and it gives you random weapons and random abilities. And there is a threat sensor, a little pinning system. It is literally the most useless ability in the game, because we have a pinning system. We have a way to pin enemies. Oh my gosh, we can see enemies through walls and see exactly where they are if we manage to hit the right point with our threat sensor. And honestly, the threat sensor is kind of like a, hey, I'm over here, because you can kind of see where the threat sensor is shot from, and you can hear where it's shot from. So like the threat sensor just feels like such a useless ability and useless equipment to have in Fiesta, and I would rather it not be in there at all or be replaced with something else, because like I don't see any actual use for it. Please show me someone who actually utilizes the threat sensor in such a way that it's almost like a meta or a counter to a meta in the game, because I honestly have not seen a real functional use for it for any scenario. There are specific scenarios that would be good, but for Fiesta, it just does not feel like a good tool to have. Melee registration is very it's very finicky. There are times where I feel like I hit someone and it just doesn't register that I hit them, and I die because of it. Like there are definitely some times that I feel like I melee someone and it does not register at all. That's a little frustrating, and I wish that they would fix that. But yeah, like I overall enjoy the game. The game is perfectly functional without me looking cool, and I'll admit I probably spent close to $200 on the game already. Like close to $200. I don't know how much I've actually spent on the game, but I definitely have spent almost $200 on the game already. That includes buying the campaign for $60 and the in-game microtransactions, buying the battle pass, and buying the cosmetics. And yes, before you guys ask, I do have the cat ears. I think they are adorable. I think they are hilarious, and I think they just add to my character in general. I think they look cool, and I did get the Iron Man shader, the very shiny red and gold. I think it stands out, and it was a shader that went on all 3 armor cores. That's another thing that people are complaining about, and honestly, I don't like it that much either. Like, I would like to mix and match my armor. That would be really cool, or at least have like one armor core that could fit all the armors onto. Like, have your individual armor cores and then have one armor core that's like a universal armor core that can take armor from any other thing, and then you can mix and match and make your character look very wacky. But I think what the issue is the proportion sizes, because I noticed that the samurai armor looks a little bit more chunkier than the Halo Reach armor or the new the default armor. Like, the samurai armor just looks a little bit chunkier. So I think what it is like kind of proportion sizes of the different armor. And I feel like if you had certain armor mixed with other armor, that there would be a lot of clipping and your character would start to look like my Roblox character, which, if you do not know what my Roblox avatar looks like, let's just say I got almost every single free thing that I could for Roblox, and I just kind of put it all on there. It looks like a 2-year-old's drawing became 3D. Like, it looks like an absolute mess. And if you ever want to see that, just come on to my stream and maybe recommend that I play Roblox just to see my character, or just ask me to open up the Roblox website and then I can just show you my character, because honestly, like, it's a perfect expression of my personality, which is just an absolute mess. But yeah, that's like my theory on like why they separated armor cores, is because like certain armor won't be able to mesh well with other armor, and it might make you have like the hitbox might be a little bit weird, or you might have like a fake out hitbox where like your armor is kind of poking out of the hitbox, so when people try to shoot at certain parts of you, their bullet will go right through you and it won't be really that fair. Or if they have it in place, like your hitbox might be like, bigger when you don't really want it to be bigger and stuff like that. So I think it's just like the proportions of the different armor and everything, and that's why they separated it between different armor cores. The only thing that I can think of is like maybe take like the armor pieces that are a little bit chunkier, and on the universal one, when you're wearing like certain armor, when it will like kind of have a code to detect like, hey, you have a big chest plate and you want to put a big shoulder piece on. Normally this shoulder piece would clip through this chest piece, but if you want to equip it, then we'll just reduce the size of both the chest piece and the shoulder pad until they don't clip anymore. And it would be like a very it would be more than likely very minimal or minuscule like changes to the sizes of everything. Like, you'll notice, but it won't be that bad. Like, it won't make it look horrible, But if you're a Halo fan and like the character George, if you have his chest piece with like a samurai shoulder piece, yeah, I could see how it could like clip and everything like that. And all that kind of stuff. It sounds like my grandmother's on the phone in the background. I'm sorry if you like I can hear that or anything like that. But yeah, it's just it's a interesting game, interesting situation here. And I think if people were just like a little bit more patient and not felt so entitled to stuff that's free, then maybe we would be like way happier. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like too many people feel entitled and don't actually truly understand what goes into game development or anything like that. Like, I feel like people just don't understand that these people are working hard to distribute something for free. And and they're just asking for a little bit of money to make back from that. And I feel like if more people actually studied what went into it, then maybe they would understand why games release with bugs, why some games release feeling a little bit unfinished, why some games have microtransactions, and why microtransactions exist. Because I see a lot of people are like, oh, they just want to make more money. And it's like, no, they want to make a fair amount of money. Like, I don't know. I feel like too many people are way too entitled and don't actually understand what goes into it. It's like someone complaining to Markiplier saying that he does not make videos enough, and honestly, I feel like he definitely does. He definitely makes content enough, but there are people out there, I've seen the comments, like, you need to upload more. Why haven't you come up with this video? Why haven't you come up with this video? When are you going to make it part 3 of this video or whatever? And it's like, okay, well, you do realize there are many other games out there. It takes time to edit videos and everything like that. And it's just like, it makes no sense. I don't know. It's definitely a weird situation that, like, I feel like I can't speak too much about it because I'm partially on the side of all the whiners and everything. I do agree that the prices are very high. Like, I would have to pay $20 just to get Mr. Chief as an AI. Like, he's cool, but he's also very generic, and I don't know if I would really want him as an AI. Like, I think it would be for $20 just to get an AI. Like, I think that's a very expensive price. But to be fair, I mean, you get a lot more than just the AI. You get a lot more to it. But, like, there are other things too, like paying for a slightly different color blue than the one that's in the battle pass. Like, that feels very unfair to me. I think that the color customization is a huge problem, and I feel like they shouldn't monetize on necessarily the color choices, but I think the finish choices. So, make us pay if we want to have like a camo design on it, or if we want the armor to have like a glowy effect in some places, or if we want sparkles or something, or if we want the armor to be very dirty or very shiny. Make us pay for armor, like, kind of effects or patterns or designs, but let us choose the colors of everything else. Let us choose the colors, make us pay for the finish, if that makes sense. I feel like that would be a way better system than what they're doing right now, because I feel like that is like probably the worst thing that they're microtransactioning is the colors. That is probably the worst one. Everything else, I can't complain about. I can't bring myself to complain about. The colors, I can agree with. The colors are a big problem for me, and I saw it coming. I saw it coming when they announced that they were going to do something like that. And, I just knew that it would be not that great. Anyways, guys, we are getting towards the end of the episode. Those are my closing thoughts on Halo Infinite. Honestly, if it's a free game, if you haven't played it yet, download it now. It's free. It's fun. It's fast-paced action. Really good gameplay. Just has microtransactions, but it doesn't affect how the gameplay is. It just affects how you look, and honestly, it's not a core mechanic that you had to pay for. I have nothing else to really say. Thank you all so much for watching, or listening, I guess. And yeah, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for listening to me for this long. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Hey, thank you for listening to me talk for about 30 minutes straight. If you want to hear me talk more, then check out other episodes of The Pickle Tree on your favorite podcast provider. If you want to send me a voice message that can be featured on a future episode and ask me anything, or just show your love for the podcast, go to anchor.fm/thepickletree/message. That is anchor.fm/thepickletree/message. If you want to support me or find my other social media, everything about me can be found on my website, tovarisawesome.com. Thank you again. Goodbye for now.